To clear their names, they must catch X and hand him to the police. So Benjamin volunteered as bait, reaching out to X in the dark web. When Benjamin finally met X, he confidently said, "I know you're an FNS member. Can we bring Clay along?" Only to get a resounding no from X. Instead, X gave Benjamin a task completed, "You're an FNS." But then, Hannah arrived with a group of police. It turns out the cops accidentally found Clay was also hunting for X. Despite Benjamin's disguise, the cops' tracking skills were impressive. After some crazy escaping, the scene shifts back to now, where Hannah is giving Benjamin the Waffer treatment. Hannah asks, "What's X's mission?" Benjamin, serious, replies, "Plant a Trojan virus at Europol HQ. That way X can keep tabs on everything the cops do." Benjamin lets Hannah know they agreed to X's demands to uncover his identity, and if they succeed, they'll be ghosts again, but first, they need to step up their game. Benjamin explains their plan to crack X's computer. Stephen designed Pregnant Mare. They set up another virus in this program, so the moment X logs in, his computer entrance would be like a flashing neon sign. But first, they have to wipe all previous footprints. Easier said than done. After their spring cleaning, they arrived at Europol HQ. The security was tight, and they struggled to think of a way in. They even crawled through the sewer. Max stabbed his hand. They realized sneaking into the building was hopeless. Then Benjamin saw a group of college kids coming out. Crucially, one lost their visitor pass. Late at night, after Max slept, Benjamin returned to the cop building. He pretended to be a student with a fan pass, claiming to lose his wallet. The guard refused him. Benjamin used his pathetic act, and surprisingly, the guard let him in. He planned mischief in the cafeteria. He set up a sneaky parallel network. If anyone logged in, it was like a free computer pass for him. Everything seemed to be sailing smoothly until his target essentially said, "Not," and deleted their program. Turns out X was one step ahead of Benjamin all along. And before Benjamin could even process this, there popped up his own pic. Benjamin never anticipated this scenario. Not only was he eager to uncover X's true face, but X was equally intrigued by discovering his identity. Panicking, Benjamin dashed away. Escaping the killer, he returned to the hotel. Surprise, Max and the gang were all gone. Clearly his exposed IP got them killed. Out, staring at his fallen comrades, Benjamin understood it could be his turn. He chose to find his goddess Mary. Mary was clued in on Benjamin's history with the stolen test scandal, and this time she decided it was time to play along. They finally end up together, but boy, talk about bad timing for happiness. To save his skin, Benjamin had no choice but to turn himself in, promising to help Hannah catch X, but only if she could hook him up with a new identity. Hannah had to think and decided to spill the beans to her boss, but the boss was like, "Nice try, but I'm not buying Benjamin's story." Ultimately, after Hannah pulled her strings, the boss reluctantly said okay. Well, that was a close one. Meanwhile, Benjamin began hunting for X, creating a secret chat room on the dark web, pretending to be X and spreading rumors. He claimed he was an undercover cop, leaving the real X in a tight spot because he couldn't even access Benjamin's chat. But just then, X noticed a little hammer nearby and, without a second thought, smashed the glass to jump into the chat room. Little did he know, he walked straight into Benjamin's trap. Once X stepped in, Benjamin whipped off his disguise. The cops swooped in and nabbed X. But wait, this was just the beginning of the plot twist. Hannah told Benjamin they caught X, and in a few hours he'd get a new identity and freedom. What a deal. But little did Benjamin know, leaving was going to be a walk in the park. Hannah noticed a suspicious piercing wound on his right. Benjamin's story had Max as the injured party, which made Hannah raise an eyebrow. Hannah soon had a bold theory brewing and went digging for evidence. Meanwhile, classmate Mary was in the loop too. Mary recalled, back in middle school, Benjamin sat at the back. He was quiet, and everyone calls him the weirdo. They hadn't seen each other since graduation. Mary was curious what was up with Hannah. Hannah explained that Benjamin was in custody and just confessed to having contact with her recently. Mary was utterly shocked and quickly defended herself. "I swear, after graduation I never saw him, let alone mess with him." Curious, Hannah started piecing it together and hit up a doctor who treated Benjamin's mom for clues on him. The doctor revealed she knew Benjamin since childhood and that he was super shy and lonely back in the day. When Hannah mentioned Benjamin's mom's suicide, the doctor said she had did. It's complicated. Plus, it can run in families. Psychological trauma could be a trigger too. Hannah nodded, realizing Benjamin's trauma could very well lead to dissociative issues. Hannah grilled Benjamin. If Max was injured, then why do you have a wound too? And if Stephen was the one driving, why were the keys found on you? Not to mention, there is no trace of anything back at the hotel. The truth is Benjamin was always in control. Shocked, Benjamin wondered if he had dissociative identity disorder.